All right, this midweek, Arsenal take on Wolves in a midweek fixture. 3 days, 2 games. That is the way we have to run things. Games are coming in thick and fast. There is nothing we can do. You just got to be very, very prepared. Mikel Arteta has finished his press conference. I've reacted to it. He did talk about many transfers. We have talked about that. If you want to check, to check that video out, it's as easy as that. Check the channel. I told you, subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Also, hit the notification bell. If you're gonna miss a lot of content, if you do not miss the notification bell. Today I'm going to do so many videos. That means they're going to be overlapping each other, so you might miss some content. If you don't want to miss content and you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really helps. I'm telling you, it really helps you guys to get up to speed. I'm here for the predicted lineup and match preview. Arsenal up against Wolves. The big question is, can we even beat Wolves? It's away from home. If you don't know, the first leg we lost. We lost against them 2-1. It was ridiculous. I think Leno should have done better with those goals. And I'm gonna blame him. Put some blame on him for the goals we considered in that game. But bygones are bygones. Mikel Arteta has been asked a very important question. When we lost to Wolves, I should say in November. And now it's a completely different Arsenal. This is an Arsenal that's gone 6-7 games without a loss in the league. We have 1 draw. We have only lost 2 points. It was a draw against Crystal Palace away from home. That is the only game we have failed to win in the past 6 games. It is a different Arsenal, a completely different side. And many people are now looking at us as top 4 contenders. I don't want to say top 3 contenders, but at least top 4 contenders. Are we looking good for top 4? We are looking set for top 6. If we win this game, we shall be ahead of Chelsea. We shall be ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, although they'll have a game in hand. Now you can see how tight and how important this game is for us. And as I go into the predicted lineup, I'm going to make sure I go for a team that goes for 3 points. Wolves, we are lucky. They're not in the best, in the best position. They're not in the best form of their life, but make no mistake, they still have the quality. They still look so good. If you know how Wolves are lining up and how dangerous they are, just check back on the Chelsea game. It was a 0-0 draw, but Chelsea know what it meant, to get a point in that game. I think Pedro Neto should have scored. Podence should have scored in that game. Adama Traore should have used some of the chances he got. It should have been 1-0 or 2-0 for in favor of Wolves. But it's not going to be an easy one for Arsenal. It's going to be actually a very difficult game because it means a lot for Nuno Espirito Santo's men. It really means a lot. Wolves do not win this one. For me, I'm gonna say it's going to be another nail in their coffin in this season. If Arsenal do not win this one, then our top 6, top 4 hopes are gonna face another blow. Because you remember we lost 2 points. We dropped 2 points against Manchester United in a game which I thought if we had done better, we could have got we could have gone with all the 3 points. But there is no point in talking about that. So let us go down into the predicted lineup. I don't want to repeat much of what has been said with Mikel Arteta's press conference, who is in, who is out. Maybe we shall talk about that as we assemble the players, but let us just go down and see who actually should be starting for us, who is fit, because Arteta said whoever is fit is going to be playing on Tuesday night away against Wolves. Okay, so here we go. I've already selected Leno because to be just to be sure, he's that player that is always going to play 38 games in a season if he's fit. Of course, we signed a backup goalkeeper, and I think you would say because he should be playing games like this, Wolves, and then Leno plays against Manchester United, but you can't take any chances. We don't know whether Matthew Ryan is fit, and I think for a game against Wolves, you need the best goalkeeper. They have finishers. Pedro Neto can hurt you at any time. Podence can hurt you at any time, and Adama as well. And they also have players like players in that midfield that are really going to work you a lot. So you need a goalkeeper, at his best form. I think Leno is at his best form. What a save against Fred over the weekend. What a save. I think it really reminded me of the reflexes of Leno. I rarely see them by these days, but there are times when he reminds me of his times at Leverkusen, and I'm like, okay, this is the kind of goalkeeper we really signed. 28 years of age, he's the right goalkeeper to play. Now, I'm going to stick with the same centre-back partnership we used against Manchester United, although I didn't agree with it, but I'll stick with it. I'll go with David Louis on the left. Please do not go against me. Please do not. I'll go with David Louis and then Rob Holding as the right-footed centre back. And my reasons are very clear. The way these two played against Manchester United, they were so comfortable. They looked so good. Edson Cavani, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, they were totally non-existent. Okay, Cavani had 2 chances. He should have scored. Cedric to the rescue in one, and the other, the post. He put it just wide of the post. Now that one was, was our defense sleeping. But I think the way David Louis was playing that night, the way he was commanding the defense, the leadership. He's not the fastest of defenders, and he's not very good in the air. If you guys know, but I think Rob Holding complements David Louis very, very well. Very well. Louis is very adventurous. He loves moving forward, going, joining the attack, starting the attacking moves. And what Rob Holding does, he just steps in for David Louis, and he makes him that perfect centre back partner. So I think Rob Holding and David Louis, they should stick together against Wolves. I think the chemistry should be rewarded with another 90 minutes. In the right back position, let us go with Hector Bellerin. Of course, there are so many rumors about Bellerin and Ainsley. Of course, Ainsley linked with the move away from Arsenal now to Southampton, to Leicester City, moves that I totally do not agree with. But I think Bellerin is having, quite of a span, a run. He's playing so well these days. I don't know what actually happened to him, but I think he's, becoming better and better. The confidence, the trust that he has been given by Mikel Arteta, he has started paying off the debts, and I'll actually, give him another chance to play as our right back. Now, the problem with the left back is it has been confirmed by Mikel Arteta that Kian Tierney is not in training. He did not train with the team today, as well as Bukayo Saka. So that means we either have to go with Cedric or Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But like I said, Niles could be out of the squad. He could be out on loan, by the end of the transfer window today. And my big question and concern is Cedric playing out of position on the left back. He's not going to play an out of form Rashford. He is actually going to play an informed Pedro Neto. He's going to verse an informed, Adama Traore. Is he going to actually maintain? Is he actually going to hold on to, the pace, the quality of these two players, full 90 minutes playing with a right leg, with a weak left leg, and a supportive right leg out of position? I don't think it's something that's going to be so easy. But again, if Maitland-Niles is getting out of the team, because when Kian Tierney comes back, it's going to be clear that Niles will go back to the bench. So I think Cedric will play on the left back. Quote me well, I do not agree with this. I think, in my opinion, I think Cedric should be dropped, and then Ainsley plays in that formation. And actually, if I was manager, I would suggest a 3-4-3. Play 3 centre-backs, Luiz, Holding, and Gabriel Magalhaes, and then you play Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Hector Bellerin as your fullbacks, but as part of the midfield. We've seen Mikel Arteta do that when our defending was so awful, and it paid off results. Let us just move to the midfield, because that is where a lot of excitement is. Is it going to be Thomas Partey? Is it going to be Granit Xhaka? Is it going to be Martin Odegaard or Smith Rowe? Obviously, now we have 4 quality players, and we have to pick just 3. That is where things are going to be a little bit hard. But at least there is one person who is who we should say he is a non-negotiable, and that's Thomas Partey. I think he did come out and say that he didn't play well against Manchester United. well, you know what? I agree. That was a stinker, man. But he was not so awful like, many people are gonna run down the stories and criticize him. He was not that awful. He was just he was just there, not so good, not so bad. I think he countered Pogba, he countered Bruno, because Bruno had a stinker. Not so, players like Rashford. What did they do on that evening? But Manchester United fans, they're gonna shout, Partey was fake, Partey was fake. But I think he never had the best of games. And to be very, very sure in this one, he has to have a very good game. Wolves under Nuno Espirito, they are those teams that have a very great midfield. Wolves, Leicester City, Leeds. If you're playing them and you have a weak midfield, it's over. You're going into a lost battle. They're not like they're not like Southampton. For Southampton, if you have a weak midfield but you have a very good front three, you can beat them. But for Wolves, you've got to have ball possession first and foremost. You need to have that ball and retain it. Then you need to get your players into dangerous areas very, very fast, because Wolves is very, very, very organized. Defensive wise, they're good. They're very good in the midfield, and they can attack so well. The only problem is that they don't have Raul Jimenez, and if they have Raul Jimenez, I don't think they will be in 14th, 15th. I don't think they will be battling with relegation, because he is their leading goal getter, and everybody knows that. Now, without Raul Jimenez, it's a chance to beat them, and I think Thomas Partey must have a very, very big job in that. Now, who plays with Thomas Partey in the midfield? Many of you are going to say Xhaka and Martin Odegaard, or Emile Smith-Rowe and Martin Odegaard. I know, I see you want to drop Granit Xhaka, but it's not time. It's not time to drop Granit Xhaka. I think I'm one of those people who always believe that if a player is playing so well, in order for you, to maintain that form, you've got to give them playing time, give them more games. And it's happened with Granit Xhaka. After he comes back, after that stupid Burnley red card, he was strangling someone, and then he gets one good game, another good game, a third good game, and now he has played almost 6-7 consecutive good games very well. Give him more, give him more playing time, and I think he blends well with Thomas Partey in the midfield. I think Partey moves forward, Granit Xhaka stays. Granit Xhaka moves forward, Thomas Partey stays. And the reason as to why I want Granit Xhaka to play, we have a weak left back who is playing out of position, and Granit Xhaka is left-footed. So you can now sense why I want him to play. But I'm going to rest Emile Smith-Rowe, and I'm going to play Martin Odegaard in this game. I'm not crazy, I'm telling you. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm not crazy. So, I'll play Martin Odegaard as our playmaker, as our number 10. I think it's time for him to show us what he's got. This is match day 21. We have, how many games? 9 plus 8. That is what? 17? I think, 15? Around 15 games to the end of the season. So he's got to start. He's got to start his career at Arsenal and show us what he's going to offer. And I think Emile Smith-Rowe has also played so many games for, I think 7 consecutive games, and he has been the backbone of our attack, the backbone of our, driving ball forward, the backbone. We've been looking at Emile Smith-Rowe to do everything, and him. He covers a lot of ground. He stretches the pitch to the left, to the right, in the middle, back in defending, around the center half. So he really, 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 really works himself a lot. And I think it's time for him to rest. Many people, including me, saw Martin Odegaard signing for Arsenal as a threat to Emile Smith-Rowe. But it could also be an advantage. These young players do not need to get a lot of, games, onto their backs. He's still young. He's still learning a lot. And I think Martin Odegaard would do very well in this game. The reason as why I want Martin Odegaard, though, to play, it's not because Smith-Rowe needs to rest or something, but I think Wolves will need a player who is going to take that ball to them. If you pass sideways against Wolves, it's like having, It's like having gas, and you do not have a lighter. You need something to spark against Wolves, and I think that is Martin Odegaard. I think his direct kind of play does, will be so good, will be helpful to, in the Arsenal attack. He's going to take that ball forward, to the Wolves defenders, and they'll face it rough that evening, on Tuesday. Of course, that's tomorrow, just hours away. Right, 24? Less than 24 hours now. On the left wing, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has not been confirmed fit by Mikel Arteta. He says there are so many, he has so many problems with his family, and he might not be very, very fit. But I'm going to reward Pepe with another match. Pepe has had 2 good games now. One against Manchester United, which I think should have scored, because for me, I think football is a result-based game. If you do not have results, it's very, very hard for me to, to come out and defend you. But I'm gonna defend him. He has had 2 good games. One against Southampton, where he scored the equalizer for us, and one against Manchester United, where he was all over the pitch. Should I say? But I'm gonna play him on the left. He plays so well on the left, but Mikel Arteta still insists on playing him on the right. I don't know why. You could play Pepe on the left, play Aubameyang through the middle, and play Bukayo Saka on the right. No, that is a perfect team. It works so well. I don't know why he insists on playing, Pepe onto the right. Things do not work out for him. On Manchester against United, if he had played him on the left, probably we could have seen different results. He played so well on the left, and I want him to play on the left, and I'm going to suggest that he plays on the left. He will give a lot of trouble to Wolves, on Tuesday. And then through the middle, no, on the right. On the right, who are going to play on the right? Willian? Martinelli? Well, I don't know, because Bukayo Saka has been confirmed that he's not going to play in that game. Martinelli had a bad game against Manchester United. He was pocketed by Aaron Van Bissaka. He doesn't look fit. He's not fully fit. He's not back. Willian, people said had a good game. For me, I expect much out of him. I really expect much out of him. And against a team like Wolves that needs direct attack, you need to attack them directly and keep them busy. I'm going to go with Martinelli. Make no mistake, I wanted to play Willian. I wanted to reward him because people said he played well. But let me first go with Gabriel Martinelli. I don't want to make so many changes from that starting lineup that started against Manchester United. We need a little bit of consistency and chemistry. And of course, the striker is Alexander Lacazette. What do you think about that team? Leno, Cedric, Luiz, Holding, Bellerin, Partey, Odegaard, Xhaka, Pepe, Lacazette, and Gabriel Martinelli. Just tell me what you think about that team. You know what? I think if I'm gonna predict this game based on this lineup, we can score 2 goals in that game, and we can concede 1 against Wolves. It's inevitable. It's inevitable for Arsenal not to concede against Wolves. I mean, it was written in history that Arsenal will concede against Wolves in every Premier League game they play. It is written, set in stone. It never changes. They score against us. But I think this is a time to take advantage of Wolves. It's away from home. It's scary. And I know Mikel Arteta, he must be scared. It's scary to play Wolves against Wolves right now. But it's another thing. It's another thing to be scared, and another thing to be prepared, another thing to be organized. Go out there, start right away. Put pressure on them. Get an early goal in the first 20 minutes, in the first 30 minutes. I know we are second half FC. We have already scored our goals in the second half, and we are doing actually well in the second half. So if we can get an early goal, 30 minutes in the first half, get a second goal in 70 minutes, and give Wolves their goal that was actually given them by God in the 90th minute, get 3 points, at least move closer to top 4. That is all we are asking for. And remember, when Edu was asking, boom, Messi, we told him no, we just want a player who can drive the ball forward, get into dangerous areas, and take the team into at least top 5, top 4. And I think we are achieving that, aren't we? It's a hard game. I don't want to be so sure that we shall win it, but my prediction is a 2-1. Why not leave it at this and remind you, smash the like button, get your subscriptions in, and I'll speak to you in the next one.